Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Ash. Thank you. I began working at the Seattle REI in April 2012. One of the beautiful things I have fallen in love with working there is that it has given me the opportunity to meet incredible people from all over the world. In this experience is a connection that is based in a shared passion for adventuring in the outdoors. I have found that no matter how different our backgrounds or culture may be, we are able to connect in a beautiful and stimulating way that excites us both. It is the members, guests, and employees' shared passion for the outdoors that creates the unique, diverse culture within REI, and it's the reason I choose to work there. However, the full truth of my employment with REI is that while I love my job and I'm passionate about the work we do, it has led me into serious hardship. Despite my dedication, my loyalty, and my optimism for the co-op, I've been forced into chronic homelessness and living out of my car for over a year while I was juggling school and a second job. Something almost everyone in Seattle is aware of is that rent has nearly doubled since 2013. While living out of my car, I experienced traumatizing events due to the vulnerable position I had been in being homeless. These events catalyzed me into quitting school and getting a second job. In January 2016, I finally got back into school, but I could only get 7 to 14 hours a week at REI with 30 hours per week availability. I was then forced to cash out my vacation time in order to survive. I rarely saw my manager. They were scheduled on the days I didn't work and did not make efforts into connecting with me. There was a period where I did not see them for over a month with only limited contact by email. On the rare occasion I did see them at work, they avoided contact with me and did not try to develop an authentic connection. Other management outside of my department approached me with a curiosity as to what had been happening in my life. They presented me with the hard fact that if I ever want to make a livable wage, I will need to become a manager or leave REI. After my previous attempts of moving into a better paying position were blocked, I knew management was not an option. Since then, I've watched overqualified people be turned down for lead positions and some underqualified people who have blatantly stated they don't know what they're doing as a lead get the position. When I finally tracked down my manager and said, "I'd really like to meet with you before you leave for the day," they left without any attempt at connecting. At that point, I was forced to reach out to other managers. I was desperate for answers on why I was not getting adequate hours. I had applied for food stamps and did not qualify because I wasn't working enough to meet the requirement. You have to work 20 hours a week as a student in order to receive food stamps in Seattle. What REI does is keep many of us workers teetering on the line of poverty with social benefits like food stamps just out of reach. And why does the company that we all love so much that makes billions of dollars in revenues not give us enough hours so that we can afford food and rent with our wages, let alone health care and other benefits? When I finally got a meeting with my manager, I asked them why I got so few hours, and they assured me it was not related to my job performance. This is unacceptable, and this is why I'm here to fight for myself and for my fellow workers. We need Seattle to pass a strong, secure scheduling law without loopholes that would require companies like REI to give their workers access to full-time hours. Some of you may think, why don't I just go get a job somewhere else? But my point is that I love my job, and furthermore, where would I go? So many workers throughout the city and country are facing similar conditions. If I didn't take a stand, I would simply be replaced and someone else would suffer a similar hardship. The solution in my mind is to fight for better workplace conditions in every company, for a living wage, healthcare, pension, and the right to unionize. That is also why, in addition to fighting for access to full-time hours and for a secure scheduling law, my coworkers and I also deserve the right to unionize at REI without retaliation or intimidation. Tonight, I ask for the support of all my fellow workers at REI and for the support of REI Co-op members in our struggle for a decent standard of living and for a union. These are basic essentials for the survival of a contributing member of society and not extravagant by any means. Please sign our demand letter. Our fight is the fight of workers everywhere.